Hello again, and welcome to the pay-per-view episode, first pay-per-view episode of the Action Figure Wrestling Podcast. Before we kick this thing off, I'm going to say, Joey Hudson, told you I had something for you, buddy. You're messing with the wrong gang. MDK all day. And if you're not catching this because you're watching on YouTube, go and listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, anywhere you can get your podcasts. We got a fun little intro. But to kick this thing off, I am your commissioner. I am the man that is gang affiliated per Nick Gage. I am the peacekeeper. The man that keeps this whole thing in line, keeps these boys in check. I am Dylan Gilbert. With me as always are my two co-hosts. Dave, introduce yourself.
You're a friend, you're a hero, you're My House Sports Gear sponsored athlete. You're a Retromania wrestling superstar, or the Virgil if you want. The king of the downvote, the Daredevil, the head of AFW Breakdown, Dave Dahl, here as usual. And tonight I present Lockdown Breakdown's premiere event. And it's going to be stellar. Every match inside the 6 sides of steel. I'm excited.
And the other side of this Mega Powers explodes. Jerry, light it up, my friend.
Introducing myself, promoting out of Southern Kentucky, representing that AFW gang worldwide, representing for all his boys locked away over on Breakdown, representing the mother effing Carnage Club. Rest in peace, Jack's Pacific. Rest in peace, my other fig fed WFF. And you know what it is. It's AFK all effing day. The man, the king, the effing El Presidente of this shit, Jerry effing Cook.
What does AFK stand for?
Action Figure Collector.
Oh, you just pulled
You gotta have the K.
because you met AFW all day.
Yeah, but he says MDK, so I had to do AFK, so I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So.
Right now, you could call that on the fly, but you can't call your damn shows on the fly.
Oh, I didn't call that on the fly. No, I wrote that. I wrote that out.
I saw a rough draft of that one.
Why did you give
I seen it to
yourself
Dylan
away?
after I wrote it. So
I gave it the blessing.
You gave yourself away. I gave you credit.
Oh, I'm not going to. No, I knew that one's not going to go on the fly. No, I wrote it, and then I was like, hey, Dylan, what do you think about this? And he's like, yeah, it's good. So I was like, all right, I'm using it from now on.
I just use my skill
pop me.
use on events, so it'll never change, except for maybe the order or add something.
Yeah. I mean, look, you know, you're a worker. You got to have that.
I mean,
you know,
if for some strange reason on October 30th at Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators in Glassboro, New Jersey, I become champion, then I'm going to be adding Dog Heavyweight Champion to it. So, but I'm not in the championship match, so I don't even think that's going to happen. But you never know. It's indie
you could
wrestling.
always just, Santino Morello it and just hop into the ring and become...
That was a work, you
It's a work, you Mark.
stooge.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Get back in the office, stooge.
If I had a nickel
right
for every
there
time a
should
worker's
say
called me a
stooge.
Mark.
Stooge. The
If I had a nickel for every time a worker's called me a Mark, I'd have a quarter. And this quarter will determine who is going first. Called that one on the fly.
Segways.
Bang. Bang. All right, so we're going to do it like we always do. 1 through 20. You boys pick a number. Closest number calls the coin toss. All right.
Lucky
Dave.
number 7.
All right. Jerry's locked in at 7. Dave, what's your number?
You know what you need to do for this? We need to get like a D20.
A what?
Oh, yeah, the dice.
Yeah, that's
dice,
right.
and then roll and see who gets like closest to it.
Gonna go 11.
Damn, he nailed it. It was 11. I need to start picking more numbers. I've gotten pretty
I think you've
predictable.
only picked 13 and 11 so far.
Yeah, 13 and 11. I just, call it on the fly. So, heads or tails?
Heads.
All right, well, the coin just flew across the room. It landed on tails.
Of course. I say a misflip.
All right, look. I mean, do we want to? Are we
You
building the
must
drama?
catch it.
Do we flip it again?
Catch it.
It's good.
Catch the coin.
All right. We're going 2 out of 3 now because 50-50 rules here.
That was the worst flip I've ever seen.
I was trying to catch it and keep it on camera. 2 out of 3.
You gotta get that good finger flick to get it.
I was trying to keep it like the first time I tried to get a real good flip and feel real cool about it. It just went. I was like, well.
Joey Ryan coin.
Yep.
R.I.P. Joey Ryan.
Maybe I should add that to my intro. R.I.P. Joe Rhino.
Yeah.
I wish they.
That was a good brother there.
I don't think it's happening, but yeah, I mean, I did suggest the micro brawler idea of Joe Rhino, but it would have been cool.
That would have been cool. I'd been down for that.
Of the actual Joe Rhino character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The character would have been sick.
Are you going first, Jerry?
I
Are
will
you
go
going first
second.
or are you going to defer?
I'm going to defer. I'll let Dave go first, and then.
Fuck.
Well, I don't want people to turn it off after I go. So I want.
I was looking forward to the nap.
Sorry, brother.
Looking forward to my nap.
Yeah.
All right. So, as per the rules of pay-per-view, there are no time limits.
I
I am
take as long.
Literally
as I
just here to make a 3 count, folks. All I do is make sure they don't use somebody they can't use. Other than that, swing away. So, Dave,
I could use Lord Zed, right? And make his monsters grow.
I mean, we can talk about that.
That just sounded bad.
I mean, I don't know what
Let's
kind of
move
show.
on.
What's
Are we ready?
Penta and Ray Phoenix doing over there? I'm like, El Penis de Morte.
Let's let Dave compose himself and we'll get this thing going.
I'll just start the lockdown intro music.
Oh, God. Fire when ready, sir.
Warning. Sensor overload. Decontamination activated. Initiating system lockdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AFW Breakdown Presents Lockdown. Tonight, every match will be contested into 6 sides of steel. We will see the first ever AFW Breakdown Intercontinental Champion crown. We will also see the AFW Breakdown World Heavyweight Champion crown in the main event between Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, and Kenny Omega. We're going to take you right to the action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading. Actually, we're not going right to the action. My bad. We're getting word from the camera truck. The Click has asked for an interview time. When we go to the back, we see Shawn Michaels and the rest of the Click, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, Scott Diesel, and Triple H, all sitting in the locker room area of theirs. And Shawn Michaels grabs the mic from the interviewer and he goes, you know what, tonight the Click has a chance to reign supreme. We're not going for the tag titles tonight, we know, but we could if we wanted to. But right now, that's not our focus. Our focus is we got 2 men in a 6-way challenge for the Intercontinental Championship, and we got myself, the Heartbreak Kid, in the main event for that World Heavyweight title, and I will reign supreme. And boy, do I love Groot. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks. Ruin my flow, you son of a. But so Shawn Michaels continues being cocky. I'm going to walk out of here with that title. Me and the boys are going to get back into our limousine, drink some drinks, get back to the hotel, drink some more drinks, and just party all night after the pay-per-view. And it fades to the ring for our first opening contest of Lockdown. On his way to the ring, the first contestant, if I can get to my playlist for my music. Production. Initiating lockdown. I've probably gone over this song like 4 times now.
Stand back.
On his way to the ring, from Metropolis, Breakdown's resident superhero, the Hurricane. The Hurricane makes his way down to the ring. He looks at the 6 sides of steel as he's the first competitor to enter it tonight. He goes to the door, he walks in. He looks all around, he's pulling on it. He climbs the top rope, does his pose. Then he climbs a little higher to the top of the cage, strikes his pose again, showing he has no fear here tonight. And his opponent, AFW Breakdown resident prankster, the devious, mischievous son of a gun, Doink the Clown. Doink comes walking down the ring. No Bucket. Bucket is absent today. And he's just walking down, kind of looking at the cage, like not so sure, kind of scared of it. He's touching it on the outside, cowering away at the same time. And finally, the ref's like, you need to get in here. We need to get this match started. Doink hesitantly enters the cage, and the ref shuts and locks the door. The ref calls for the bell, and the Hurricane goes right up to Doink, and he's like, hold up. What's up with this? We're in a cage. This isn't cool. He's on my brand, damn it. He isn't cool. We're locked in here to do battle. Boy, I just want to say, whoever wins today, good luck. And he sticks his hand out like a superhero would. And Doink goes to, kind of looks at him, and goes to shake Doink's hand. And Doink's acting like he's getting electrocuted. He's acting like he gets electrocuted. And then Doink pulls away. Doink's arm comes off. Doink with the fake arm. Pulls his real arm out and gives Hurricane a big slap to the face. Hurricane sells to the corner. Doink comes over, gets on top, giving him the big 10 count punches. But Hurricane uses his strength, grabs him by his tights, picks him up a little bit, and drops him face first on the corner as Hurricane dunks out. The Hurricane still has his cape on, too. And Doink looking furious as Hurricane's laughing at him in the middle of the ring. And Doink just staring at him, glaring at him like a bull. No. Hurricane takes his cape off, holds it out. Ole! And Doink comes charging at him. And he pulls the cape like he's a bullfighter. And Doink goes into the corner. And Hurricane sets up again. Here comes Doink, pulls it again. This time Doink stops though, picks him up, Manhattan drop. Hurricane's selling around, comes in, takes a big clothesline. Hurricane's pulling more gags than Doink is today. What is up with that? Hurricane selling the big line in the corner. Doink comes rushing in with a clothesline in the corner, pulls him out with a bulldog. Boom, goes for the cover. 1, 2, Hurricane kicks out. Doink walks over to the door of the cage, shaking it. Let me out. I want out. I don't belong in a cage. I'm not crazy. Hurricane comes in, grabs him from behind, hooks him up, delivers a big eye of the hurricane, covers him. 1, 2, 3. Here's your winner, the Hurricane.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Hurricane celebrating his victory here at Lockdown as the ref unlocks the cage, and Doink cowers his way out as fast as he can and walks up the ramp. Hurricane celebrating. Then we cut to a video package reviewing everything that transpired in the last 4 weeks leading up to this event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your 6-way escape only match to crown the first ever AFW Breakdown Intercontinental Champion. Your first participant, Darby Allin, up on the stage with his skateboard. Skateboards down to the ring. Looking at the cage. The cage doors are open for him to climb in. But he doesn't. He climbs to the top. He climbs to the top. And he's standing on the top, telling the crowd to get up. Let's go. Gets the crowd really behind. The crowd's going, Darby, 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 Darby. Your next competitor, representing the Click, one half of D-Generation X, the Game, Triple H. Triple H makes his way down the ring. Darby's inside looking at him like, come on, you're in my world now. This is time of the crazy. Triple H stops. Doesn't enter the ring. Tells the announcer, announce him. Who is he telling him to announce? And your next competitor, also representing the Click, the powerhouse of the unit, Big Daddy Cool, Diesel. Diesel makes his way down the ring. Him and Triple H enter the ring together so that they have the advantage. Advantage over Darby, if anything, were to start before everybody was in. Making his way to the ring, the next competitor, one half of the Lucha Brothers, representing the Lucha Kings, Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix comes out and rushes down and slides in and gets in the faces of Diesel and Triple H just to back them up so that they leave Darby alone. Your next competitor, one half of Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus makes his way down the ring. And again, he stands on the side of Darby Allin. Looks like the heels and the faces are kind of separating themselves from each other. I'm at 5 people. I almost lost count. Making his way down to the ring, from Death Valley, The Undertaker. The Undertaker comes down in his signature motorcycle, rides all the way around the 6 sides of steel, parks his bike, climbs to the door, gets in, and the ref locks it. It is now time to start the 6-way on escape only steel cage match. Rey Fenix, Luchasaurus, and Darby Allin are on one side, Undertaker, Diesel, and Triple H on the other. And the heels and the faces just start going at it. Darby on Undertaker, Fenix on Triple H, Luchasaurus on Diesel, the 2 big men going at it. Everybody's just brawling. It's a big brawl. It's a melee of insaneness. Fenix and Darby finally get back away from their guys. Comes in with big 2 shotgun drop kicks, sending them into the cage. Luchasaurus then grabs Kevin Nash, throws him to the corner, and hits him with his own style big elbows. Big elbows. A big kick to the head. Diesel goes down. Luchasaurus turns around. Triple H is right there with a big high D. Triple H takes out Lucha. Ray Phoenix comes in. Big enziguri. Turns around to run off the ropes. Undertaker with a big boot. Darby off the ropes. Jumps off. Coffin splash onto Taker. Darby picks up Phoenix, and they both climb to the top ropes. Darby jumps off with a big splash. Ray Phoenix off with a swanton. Both connecting. One on Undertaker, one on Triple H. Taker and Diesel comes up and grabs Luchasaurus, whips him off, gives him a big boot to cut him off. Taker is selling up. Darby goes to pick him up, and he finally a big punch to Darby. Darby goes down. Lucha goes for a tail whip on Triple H, ducks, but he connects to Diesel. Diesel's out cold. This is a whole lot of melee. Phoenix comes in, goes to jump at Taker. Taker catches him. Darby with a springboard coffin splash to knock him back down. They go for the cover, but there is no covers. It's escape only. The ref tells him, no. Gotta get out. Darby starts climbing. Triple H grabs his leg, pulls him down. Phoenix starts climbing. Triple H runs over there, grabs his leg, pulls him down. Darby starts climbing again, grabs his leg, pulls him down, turns around, eats a tail whip by Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus starts climbing. Diesel pulls him down. Big kick to the gut. Jackknife powerbomb the Luchasaurus. Diesel starts climbing. Undertaker grabs him, pulls him down. Big punch, followed by a big boot to take out Diesel. Again, a whole lot of craziness going on. Triple H then starts climbing and gets to the top, along with Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is at one side of the section, and then Triple H is at the other. Triple H is kind of sitting there. Ray Phoenix stands on it, runs across the cage, hits a hurricane on Triple H back into the ring off the top of the cage. These two men have to be out of the game for the rest of this match. Triple H and Ray Phoenix are down and out. Luchasaurus and Kevin Nash are both up, kind of striking each other from selling up. Boom, boom. Kevin Nash throws Luchasaurus' head in the cage. Luchasaurus hits the cage, no sells it, turns around, grabs Kevin Nash with two hands, picks him up, and just slams him down. Boom. Luchasaurus goes to climb. Darby grabs his leg. Darby's holding onto his leg. Lucha's like, get off me. Undertaker comes, hits Darby from behind. Grab Lucha, crotches him on the top rope. Lucha is down, selling it. Darby is come back at Undertaker. Undertaker just grabs him in a big sidewalk slam. Undertaker sees this as his moment. Everybody else is down from big maneuvers. Undertaker climbs up. He climbs up slowly. Gets to the top. He kind of sits there for a second. He's on the panel with the door. He's sitting there for a second, just kind of like trying to catch his breath before he does his ascent down. Out of nowhere, here comes Darby, sprinting up. He gets up there. He goes to Hurricanrana. Undertaker off the top. Undertaker holds him. The rest of the group, Triple H, Diesel, Lucha, and Ray Phoenix are selling up. Undertaker's holding up, bustling him back up, all perched on top of the cage. Lifts him up for the last ride and throws him down. But notice Darby puts his arm into a coffin drop, taking out the other four competitors inside the cage. Undertaker wiping the sweat off his brow like he eliminated him. Darby stands back up because it was basically like he dove on him. He catches eyes with Undertaker. Undertaker's like, oh. goes to hop over the cage. Darby sprints. Undertaker goes to drop. Darby jumps through the door, breaking the lock. Undertaker falls, crotching himself on the cage. Darby hits the floor, and here's your winner by escape, Darby Allin, and your first Intercontinental Champion of the Breakdown Brand. Darby catching his breath. Undertaker still just swinging on the door, holding his balls. Darby trying to catch his breath, selling it. He kind of hit the guardrail when he dove through the door. What a match, guys. So much crazy action. Photography is going to be hard. All that action in one match. What an escape, though, by Darby. Man, that little body breaking the lock and the chain to get out of there. Darby stands up, holds the Intercontinental Championship up with pride. He just basically defeated The Undertaker. Will we see these two face one-on-one? I don't know. Stay tuned to the Breakdown Brand. As we get ready for the next contest, we see a video package showing, if I can stop my music, showing what has transpired between Dusty Rhodes and LOD and Paul Ellering. As later tonight, Dusty will go into a tag team title match with an unnamed partner, if he has one. Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for one fall inside the 6 sides of steel. Your first competitor. Hailing from Stone Mountain, or Snake Mountain. There we go, that's better. Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake Roberts comes out, has the snake into the ring, nice and slow, in the cage. Why would he take the snake into the cage? You think he'd leave it out? His opponent, from Cameron, North Carolina, the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy looking for some retribution to what Jake did to Matt Hardy this past week on Breakdown, where he let the snake out, went to put the snake away, and just DDT'd Matt on his head and got the victory. The ref shuts and locks the cage, calls for the bell. Jake lets the snake out already again. Jeff is just standing there looking at it, kind of bending down to it, staring down with that face paint like, hey, Snake, what's up, dude? Just looking at it like nothing bothers him. Nothing, just one with the snake. The snake starts crawling up him, and Jeff's just like allowing it, putting his arms out. Jake's looking over like, what in the... What? Jeff walks over to Jake, grabs Jake's bag, puts his arm in it, and the snake crawls right down his arm back into the bag. Jeff ties up the bag and puts it towards the door so the ref on the outside can take it out. Jake the Snake grabs him, turns around, goes to kick him in the gut. Jeff smacks his leg down, kicks Jake in the gut. Twist of fate. Boom, climbs up to the top of the turnbuckle. Swanton. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner. If I could get my phone to work. Your winner is Jeff Hardy. Little turnabout's fair play as Jeff Hardy showed Jake that not everybody fears his snake and puts him down with the Swanton Bomb for the 1, 2, 3. Jeff celebrates, high-fiving the crowd as he leaves the ring. Jake grabs the snake bed, pissed off, holding it out, yelling at the snake, yelling at Damien. as he leaves the arena. Your next contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his debut, the Drip Master himself, John Morrison. John Morrison comes out, hits a slow-mo pose, as he makes his way to the ring. What a night to debut inside the 6 sides of steel. And his opponent, hailing from the deepest corner of his own mind, Broken Matt Hardy.
Delete.
I can hear you. Matt comes out to the stage. Delete. He's ecstatic after Jeff just got that win to get revenge for him. Yeah. All right. Matt gets in the ring. The ref locks the cage door. And it's time for the match to begin. Ding, ding, ding. John Morrison shaking things out, getting a little loosey-goosey since he hasn't competed in a while, doing a couple air kicks, just stretching his arms and getting all his movements out. Matt, looking at him, comes up to him. Delete. They lock up. John Morrison takes the arm, working it, kicks it, and says, come on, you can do better. Finally, clothesline by Matt Hardy catches John Morrison. John takes the big bump, sells back up, takes another line, sells to the corner. Matt Hardy comes running in with his big line, bulldog combo. Boom. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out. John Morrison kicked out. Matt's complaining, telling the ref, you will be deleted. Matt grabs John. John breaks free. Kicks. Bunch of kicks. Doing the quick step. Dancy looking kicks. Selling. Getting Matt to sell all the way to the corner. Comes in. Big high knee. Gets down. Runs off the ropes. Springboards off the ropes. But instead of springing back, he springs forward. Then springs off the cage with a big cross body. 1, 2. Matt Hardy kicks out. John Morrison then picks Matt up, puts him on the rope, kind of towards the one corner, climbs up on the other corner, grabs the cage, comes running by, a big kick to the face as he runs the ropes down to the other side. Now Matt's sold down. John Morrison's looking all around, looking at the crowd, getting them fired up. He drops down, goes for the Starship Pain. Matt rolls in and he misses. Matt now gets him up, hits a big side effect. 1, 2, kick out by John Morrison. John Morrison now selling back up from that. Matt saying delete. Kicks him in the gut. Goes for the twist of fate. Reverses. John Morrison reverses. Pushes away. Grabs him. Moonlight drive. Boom. Goes to the top rope. Or goes to the corner. He looks at everybody again. And he starts smacking the pad. He was like, no way. He climbs to the top rope. Grabs as high as he can on the cage. Grabs almost at the top. Starts bouncing on the top rope. Pushes himself up. Pulls himself all the way up. Hits the legs on the top of the cage. Ultra spinning. Starship Pain. Hits Matt Hardy. 1, 2, 3. As John Morrison hits the top of the cage. Starship Pain to win the matchup. Here is your winner, John Morrison. What an impressive debut for John Morrison here, ladies and gentlemen. John Morris celebrating as he leaves the arena. Matt Hardy still being carried out after that brutal Starship pain off the top of the cage. We now cut to the back. And you see Kurt Angle in the back fuming about not having a big time matchup at the pay-per-view. Whoa, let me shut my phone. And he's yelling at Paul Ellering, how dare you not give me a title shot? How dare you not have put me in those qualifying matches? I am an Olympic gold medalist, Olympic gold hero. And Ellering goes, whoa, 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 whoa. You see these two big guys behind me? You keep raising your voice to me, and it's going to be your doomsday. So you want to keep fighting with me and yelling at me? Well then, I'll give you a match. I'll give you a match against the next person that walks by here. Next person that walks across my doorway since you rudely left my door open. And we look at the doorway, and who happens to stumble on by? None other than Jungle Boy. There you have it. Hey, Jungle Boy. Ellering calls him in. Jungle Boy goes, yes, sir? You're going to face Kurt Angle later tonight. Good luck, kid. And Kurt laughs it off. Yeah, good luck, kid. As we go to Ellering saying, I need to take these gentlemen to the ring. And you hear in the stadium. Not do, obviously. Man, I gotta really put these in better order. Ellering and LOD make their way to the ring, get inside the cage. Ellering stays outside the cage and grabs the mic. And it's like, all right, Dusty, time is up. Time to reveal your partner or reveal that you don't have one. And
he's just a common man, working hard with his hands.
Dusty makes his way to the ring, strutting and dancing a little bit. Ecstatic. Kind of looking down at the same time, though. He gets down to the stairs to get into the cage, grabs the mic from Ellering. Listen here, baby. I have a partner. He's just not here yet. If we could just move the match to a little later in the evening, we will give you these butt whoopings y'all rightfully deserve and take those tag team titles from you. Ellering says, no way in hell. And LOD just lays in the Dusty, and the ref calls for the bell, and the cage door is locked. Dusty is getting beat down by Legion of Doom over and over again, just getting thrown into the cage. Just thrown into the cage. He's already pouring blood. He's just bleeding. That was weird. He's just pouring blood. Dusty trying to fight back, getting little shots in here and there, but they're just using the cage to their advantage as much as possible. This goes on for about 5-6 minutes of just Dusty getting beaten down and just beaten up. And taught a lesson, Ellering yelling, teach him a lesson. He doesn't touch us. And all of a sudden, you hear music start playing.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Could it be? No way. Is he here? Cody appears on the stage and rushes the cage, climbing over the top, jumping, climbing over the top, dropping down, bouncing off the top rope, hitting Hawk with a or hits Animal with a disaster kick. Grabs Hawk, hits him with the crossroads. Dusty up. He gets his father up, psyching him up. Come on, Dad. We can do this. First father-son tag team champions. Dusty's up enough. They both start laying punches into both members of LOD. Both do the flip-flop and fly. Hit the bionic elbows. Double pin. 1, 2, 3. Here are your winners and your new AFW Breakdown Tag Team Champions, Dusty and Cody Rhodes. Dusty's a bloody mess. Cody's telling, sorry I'm late. Traffic was sorry. I got here as fast as I could. I ran in here as fast as I could. Dusty says, I love you, son. What I want to do is without anybody else. And Dusty and Cody celebrate their tag team title win as they walk up the ramp. We cut to an ad for He-Man Revelations, only streaming on Netflix. Show a couple clips. Battle
Kevin
Cat,
Smith,
He-Man.
give us money.
And we go to the ring for our next contest. Really got to do a better job of organizing these. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but making his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the only Olympic gold medalist in the AFW, Kurt Angle. And his opponent, one half of Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy makes his way to the ring, the crowd waving their arms in anticipation of singing the song.
Sorry.
I need the crowd.
Well, you got on to me earlier.
Kurt tries to out wrestle Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy hangs with him to the point Kurt Angle just gets so mad he slaps him in the face. Jungle Boy takes him down, starts punching him, keeps up, starts making the pace a little faster, hitting some of the fancier maneuvers, and goes to work on Kurt Angle. Kurt finally cuts him off and goes for the ankle lock. Jungle Boy reverses and rolls him up. 1, 2, kick out. He transitions when Kurt kicks out and puts us in the snare trap, and he has it locked in real tight. Jungle Boy with Kurt Angle in the snare trap. Kurt is screaming in pain, trying to get to the ropes. Jungle Boy lets go, resets himself, pulls Kurt back like Kurt would with the ankle lock, puts him back in the snare trap. Kurt has no choice. Kurt Angle taps out. Kurt Angle taps out the Jungle Boy snare trap. Here's your winner by submission, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy in shock. Kurt Angle furious, selling the leg, goes after Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy runs and dives out of the cage door and runs up the ramp as he's still celebrating. Met by Luchasaurus with a big hug. Luchasaurus is ecstatic for Jungle Boy getting that big win over Kurt Angle. We go to Rey Mysterio in the back, and he says, I want to be the first ever AFW heavyweight champion. But there's one thing that needs to be settled afterwards. It is not over between the Clique and the Lucha Kings. No matter what, Shawn Michaels, you may beat me and my brothers down, but we'll never stop fighting, and we will take the Clique out. All right, we cut to the ring. It is now time for our main event of the evening. The three-way six sides of steel match to crown the first ever AFW Heavyweight Champion. Your first participant. Surprised I didn't say participant wrong. Yes, I crack my own jokes on myself. It's okay.
Self-deprecating humor's the best.
It's only the way to do it. From Manitoba, Ontario, Canada, by way of North Carolina, the best bout machine, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega makes his way through the ring wearing the awesome pants with the awesome vest, guns pointing, unmatched with the Series 2 vest or Series 4 vest, whatever
4.
vest it is.
It's 4. You're welcome.
Thank you. Now shut the.
Bang.
He gets in the cage. He's grabbing it. You can see the blood from Dusty Rhodes still on it. It's been a crazy night so far, ladies and gentlemen. And you're the next participant. From San Antonio, Texas, representing the Click, one half of the Generation X, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn comes out, but he doesn't come out alone. He comes out with the Click. The Click is with Shawn Michaels. Shawn dancing. He's cocky. He's confident. He's looking at Kenny as the rest of the Click surrounds the cage. Shawn gets in the ring. And the final participant from San Diego, California, representing the Lucha Kings, Rey Mysterio Jr. Rey makes his way out. Big Road Warrior pop. Big Road Warrior pop. The fans are on their feet. Let me pause the music. He's not New Jack. All right. The match starts and Rey goes right after HBK. Kenny tries to get in on the action and is pushed away. Just shoved off by Rey Mysterio. Finally, Kenny just sits out on the middle rope, just waiting, and stands up and yells, "Hey, you guys!" And both Rey and HBK turn around, double drop kick by Kenny, and Kenny gets control. Kenny working over Rey and HBK. Rey reverses a suplex and takes control, sidestepping Kenny and throwing him into the cage. HBK up, forearm kip up, hits another one on Kenny, kip up, sets up for Sweet Chin Music, goes forward on Rey. Kenny goes for the V trigger. Rey ducks both ducks both. HBK hits Kenny's knee. Kenny's thriving in pain. Rey dropkick HBK, springboard splash. 1, 2, kick out. Hurricanrana pin. 1, 2, kick out. Kenny kind of selling up. Rey rolls up HBK. 1, 2, Kenny breaks it up. And Rey goes for a wheelbarrow bulldog. Kenny reverses it, putting Rey down with a V trigger. What a move. Just wheelbarrow, puts him up, drops him, and then V triggers him right in the back. HBK goes to line Omega. Omega ducks. HBK face first into the cage. HBK sells back. 1, Winged Angel. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, And your first ever AFW Breakdown Heavyweight Champion, the best bout machine, Kenny Omega. The click comes back to the cage door. Lucha Bros cut them off. Kenny sneaks away from the fight, holding the title at the top of the stage as the pay-per-view fades to black.
So goodbye and good night, bang, to the first pay-per-view of the
Three
Breakdown
different
brand.
champions crowned.
3 champions crowned. Hey, look, pay-per-view 1, month 1. It's going to be
Kenny
a wild
Omega,
ride.
the first AFW Breakdown champion.
Man, what a timely pick, too.
Well, I'll give you a little inside booking on this. Kenny was the one that I least used out of the 3 guys. So when you think about it, he's the most surprising one to win in that matchup. And then
He's the most surprising and the least surprising because, I mean, it's Kenny Omega. It's the best bout machine. Mr. 7 stars.
forgot about my beautiful, beautiful Intercontinental title for Darby Allin. The finish of that match.
We're going to have to get some that are, like, unbranded, just like straight AFW titles, so I can use them when I do unboxings. But that's another peek behind the curtain.
No, I mean, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, those belts look great.
But that finish, the 6-man matchup was pretty sick.
Yeah,
Coffin drop, last ride.
R.I.P. to the testicles of the dead man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still not sitting on that door. I don't know how I came up with that finish. Like,
Was it there? I think it was AJ Styles, or I forget who it was. Somebody got crotched on the ropes, and they did a whole dark match, and he was still sitting there crouched on the ropes.
no, what I'm just talking about him dropping the cage. I know I've seen somebody in TNA go to like drop down and get caught on the cage. Not exactly like that, but like they went to climb down, and instead of hitting the floor, like the cage door swung open, and they like didn't let go or
Clang.
something. I forget what it was, or they were on the other side of it and they pushed the cage door shut. But I just knew, like, when I was booking it, I'm like, this is perfect. Turn the top of the cage last ride into a coffin drop, and just desperate drop. Don't even think about crotching yourself on the door. Boom. Perfect timing too. That would take a lot of executional timing.
Oh yeah, we've got nothing but the best athletes here in action
That-
figure wrestling.
That took a long time too. Maybe we should put a time limit on pay-per-views.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that off air. So before we move on to the Carnage Brand's Genesis, we need a brief word from our sponsors. Quick trailer for AFW versus Scam, brought to you by Gnarly Barley Brewing. Not that they've paid me, it's just what I drink when I write these, for better or worse. We see a desert highway. The sun is setting. The same black van that our heroes were thrown into, screaming down the highway, driven by 2 men in black luchador masks. Where are our heroes headed? Where is the dreaded scalper? Double H sent the boys of AFW. Find out when AFW versus Scam returns next week. Fade to black. And we are back to the AFW action. Jerry, see that yawn after the events of Breakdown's lockdown. Are we making a statement here?
No, I'm ready to roll.
All
Let's get
right,
the A
sir.
show going.
The A show, as Jerry is calling it. I'm down the middle. I don't have an opinion. Not that I would tell you guys if I did. 54 minutes into this sucker. Jerry, take it away, my friend.
All right. Welcome to Genesis. Tonight we'll make history as we crown our first World Heavyweight Champion. But first, we start off with finding out who will be the last person in the Absolute Carnage match. Let's go to the ring for our opening contest.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Rock's music hits as he makes his way down to the ring. He's got an intense look on his face. He knows he can't take Steve Austin lightly. Stone Cold marches down to the ring with every bit of attitude that we've come to expect over the years. Let's go to our ring announcer. This contest is for one fall.
One fall.
See, I paused for it because that's just fan involvement. And it is for the last entry into the Absolute Carnage match for the Carnage World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing to my left, standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall, hailing from California by way of Miami, Florida, The Rock. And his opponent, standing to my right, standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall, hailing from Austin, Texas, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Both men meet in the middle of the ring, and the referee calls for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Both men are staring each other down. They're trash talking. Nothing's happened yet, and you can already cut the tension with a knife. Austin reaches down and flips off the Rock. Rock takes and throws a right hand to Austin. Austin fires back with some shots of his own. This has escalated quickly. This goes back and forth with each man trying to hit their finisher, but the other man having it scouted and escaping. Rock tries for a rock bottom, but Austin elbows out of it. Austin tries for a stunner, but the Rock pushes him off. We then see the Rock hit a kick to the gut into a DDT. Austin's down. Rock springs up to beside him and signals for it. He bounces off the ropes and goes for the people's elbow. But as he comes down, Austin moves out of the way. Rock gets up, but he's met with by Austin. Austin hits a kick to the gut, and then Stone Cold Stunner. Austin goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and advancing to the Absolute Carnage match, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin looks at the Rock and gives him a nod. He may not like the Rock, but it looks like he may at least have gained some respect for him. We now get ready for our next contest. These four men have a lot of history together, and tonight will be the first time that they've all fought in the same ring. Matt Cardona comes down, and he comes out with a barbed wire baseball bat. He holds it up and gently kisses it as he makes his way down to the ring. And his tag team partner, Brian Myers makes his way out. He comes out with a sledgehammer and he high thumbs Matt as he gets to the ring. And their opponents, Edge and Christian, they make their way out. They don't have any weapons, but they are ready for a fight. They charge the ring, and we are underway as they start slugging it out. This is a brutal affair. We see Matt bust open Edge with that barbed wire baseball bat. Brian Myers sets up a table in the corner and gives Christian a spear through it. But then Edge is able to fight back and get the baseball bat himself. He hits Matt and Brian both with it, and both men are bleeding. Christian now slides to the outside and gets a few chairs. It looks like they are going for a concerto on the Brian, but Matt jumps over to block the shots. Edge and Christian pause and then deliver the chair shots to Matt. Matt's now out cold. Edge goes for the pin. 1, 2. Brian Myers breaks up the pin. Christian now kicks to the gut of Brian. He grabs him and wait. If he hits this, it's going to be on top of a steel chair. Unprettier onto that steel chair. 1, 2, 3. Edge and Christian have done it. They now leave the ring in celebration as they have outsmarted and outbeaten their proteges. Matt and Brian now kind of slowly getting up and recovering from what just happened. They both took some pretty good shot, but then wait, that's John Moxley jumping over the guardrail from the crowd. He grabs that barbed wire baseball bat and he smashes it into Matt. Now he takes and rakes it across Matt's forehead. Matt's screaming. Brian Myers now back up and charges over at John Moxley. John Moxley bails out of the ring. He grabs a mic. Matt, that's just a little message from the real Deathmatch King. John Moxley apparently took offense to what Matt Cardona had said last week on Carnage when he called himself the Deathmatch King heading into this matchup. We now go to the back where Mean Gene is standing there with Hulk Hogan. Hulk, we saw Stone Cold Steve Austin become the last entrant into the Absolute Carnage match later for the Carnage World Heavyweight Championship. What are your thoughts?
Gene, let me tell you something, dude. It doesn't matter who they have in the match. The Stone Cold, he had a good match against The Rock earlier, but he took a beating, dude. And you gotta wonder if he's got what it takes to make it through 9 other guys. I don't think so, brother. For me, I've been saying my prayers. I've been taking my vitamins. I'm ready to take home that gold tonight, brother.
Hogan walks off as we cut back to the ring for our next matchup. There it is.
A lot of sharks out there trying to a lot of
Kama's music hits as he marches down to the ring. He's ready to get his hands on Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's been going after him, playing lots of mind games here over the last few weeks. Just then, the lights go out. They dim a red glow as the Fiend makes his way out, holding on to that Bray Wyatt lantern head. He gets into the ring, but Kama doesn't seem intimidated. The lights come back on, and the ref calls for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Kama charges at the Fiend. He starts swinging with lefts and rights, hitting him. Kama is here for a fight. The Fiend is taking shot after shot. The Fiend goes down. Kama lets out a huge roar. He turns around, but the Fiend sits up. Kama goes over and grabs the Fiend by his head. He starts laying in some more vicious shots. Finally, a huge uppercut, and the Fiend goes back down. Kama then backs off a bit and watches, but the Fiend sits up again. Kama shakes his head. How much more punishment can the Fiend take? Kama now runs over, but the Fiend catches him. Sister Abigail! Kama's hurt. Fiend then raises up his hand and signals for it. Mandible claw to Kama. Kama tries to fight out of it, but eventually he succumbs to the pain and passes out. Ding, ding, ding. Your winner, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. The Fiend then stares at Kama, lifts up his head. He whispers something into Kama's ear and pulls him close to him. The lights go out. When they come back on, the Fiend and Kama are both gone from the ring. We're now ready for our next contest. Ultimate Warrior's music hits and he runs down the ring and shakes the ropes. He's ready for his match. And his opponent. Sting's music hits and he makes that grand Sting entrance. Both men are now in the ring and they walk to the center. The referee calls for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. The Warrior lets out a thunderous roar and he starts beating on his chest. Sting looks back and screams and beats on his chest as well. The Warrior then delivers a series of clotheslines to Sting. He picks him up, he slams him down. It's a big power move after big power move. Each time, though, Sting will slowly get back up. The Warrior charges at Sting in the corner, but Sting moves. Warrior slams him in the corner and goes down. Sting then begins to start working on those legs, trying to set him up for the Scorpion Deathlock. Sting finally gets ready to go for it, but the Warrior is able to power out of it. Warrior now back to his feet. He takes Sting and sends him back over the corner. Warrior now goes for another clothesline, but Sting moves and Warrior crashes back into the corner again. Sting now backs up a little bit and follows it up with a Stinger Splash. He then grabs Warrior's head out of the corner. Scorpion Death Drop. But wait, he's not going for the pin. He holds on to Warrior's head and lifts him back up. Scorpion Death Drop again. Now he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And your winner, Sting. Afterwards, Sting extends a hand to help Warrior to his feet. Warrior accepts, and the two hug afterwards. It looks like whatever animosity they had from the past may have just been settled. We're now ready for our next contest. This guy still doesn't have music because I still need to pick it. I completely forgot about that until now.
Month 1, folks. Month 1.
Brutus don't need no. He don't need no music. All right.
BTFBB don't need no music.
BTFBB. He doesn't need music. Brutus comes out, and his opponent. And this guy does have music. Flight of the Valkyries plays as Daniel Bryan rushes down in the ring and charges straight at Brutus. Ding, ding, ding. And we are underway in this hair versus hair match. Daniel Bryan is just laying in shot after shot to Brutus. He's had enough of Brutus, and he's finally getting his hands on him. It's all Daniel Bryan on offense. He starts working Brutus for a submission and finally hooks in that cattle mutilation. Brutus crawls over and makes it to the ropes to break it up. But then he kind of stumbles and falls to the outside. Daniel Bryan goes out after him, but Brutus reaches underneath the ring and grabs something. Daniel Bryan goes over to him to send him back into the ring. Brutus hits an uppercut. A big blow to him. Daniel Bryan goes down hard. What did Brutus just do? Brutus slides Daniel Bryan back into the ring and then hooks on that sleeper. The referee checks. Daniel Bryan is out cold. Ding, ding, ding. And your winner, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Brutus slides to the outside and he grabs his scissors. He comes back in and he just starts cutting off all of Daniel Bryan's hair. He starts cutting off all of his beard. And he's laughing the whole time and the crowd's just booing. Finally, Brutus is done and he leaves celebrating his win. And now our next contest. Jon Moxley starts to come out, but as soon as he starts to come out, Matt Cardona hits him from behind. And he's got that sledgehammer. He hits him in the back of the head, and then Moxley goes down hard. Matt then picks up that sledgehammer again and just starts wailing onto the ribs and midsection of Jon Moxley. Moxley's now writhing in pain on the ground. And Cardona's just laughing the entire time as he leaves. The medical staff rushes out and start looking at Moxley and help him to the back. It looks like we won't be seeing that brawl between Moxley and Mankind tonight, thanks to the attack from Matt Cardona, as that's been canceled as we're getting word from the back. But now it is time for the main event. The Absolute Carnage match. Entrants may be eliminated by pinfall, submission, or by being tossed over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. A new competitor will enter the match every 60 seconds until all 10 entrants have entered the match. The last man standing will be crowned the first Carnage World Heavyweight Champion. We start off with our first entrant. Don't do that with headphones on because you'll toss them off if you're not careful. AJ Styles makes his way out. And his first opponent Seth Rollins comes out. And we're underway. Ding, ding, ding. These two go back and forth, hitting some drop kicks and some pretty flashy athletic moves, with neither man getting the better of each other. They're still battling when the clock starts to count down. 3, 2, 1. Chris Jericho comes out with Elias. Elias is playing his guitar to play him out. The entire time, AJ and Seth still fighting on the inside. With the crowd singing, and Jericho's just singing back with them. Chris Jericho's still not entering the match. He's just singing his entrance song still. As the clock starts to count down.
I have carved out this soul made of stone.
3, 2, 1.
Darkness, I'm losing the.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He comes out. He decks Elias. And then he grabs Jericho and he tosses him into the ring. Jericho's looking at Austin saying, "You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't interrupt Judas." He then turns around. Super kick from AJ Styles. Jericho goes down. Seth Rollins now runs over. Curb stomp from Seth Rollins. They dust up Jericho to his feet. Stone Cold Stunner. And Austin tosses him to the outside. Chris Jericho has been eliminated. He's irate on the outside. Seth and AJ now both start to work over on Austin as they seem to have a temporary alliance to beat Stone Cold. The clock starts to count down again. 3, 2, 1. Macho Man rushes down to the ring and starts fighting with Seth Rollins. These two had a great match on Carnage a few weeks ago, and Macho seems to have remembered that. AJ hits Austin with a Pele kick, and Austin goes down. AJ now jumps over the top rope to the apron, and he's ready for that phenomenal forearm to Austin to try to take him out for good. AJ springs board up, but Austin is there to knock him off the ropes to the outside. AJ Styles has been eliminated. Seth now goes for a super kick to Macho Man, but Macho Man moves. Macho Man now turns around and clotheslines Seth to the outside. Seth now holding on for dear life on that top rope, but neither foot has hit the ground. Macho Man then charges and kicks Seth hard in the back, making him let go and drop to the floor. Seth Rollins has been eliminated. Macho Man and Stone Cold start to circle each other as the clock counts down again. 3, 2, 1.
Mamacita. You want some Latino heat?
Eddie runs down and slides into the ring. But both Macho Man and Stone Cold Steve Austin stop and look at him. Eddie holds up his hands. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. He's trying to talk to both of them, trying to reason a little bit, but Austin's hard enough, and he hits Eddie with a right. Macho Man does the same, and they're just bouncing Eddie back and forth between them, left and right. Now Austin finally gives him a kick to the gut. Stone Cold Stunner. Macho Man backs off as Austin goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Guerrero has been eliminated. Clock starts to count down again. 3, 2, 1. Bret Hart comes out. He goes right after Stone Cold Steve Austin. Macho Man joins in, and it's a 2-on-1 beatdown on Austin. Macho Man turns and clotheslines Bret. Whatever temporary alliance they had is over. Macho and Bret now slugging it out as the clock starts to count down again. 3, 2, 1. Mankind runs down to the ring. And he starts just slugging it out with anybody and everybody who he can hit. We've got four guys now in the ring who are giving it their all. They want that title shot and to be the champion. The clock starts to count down again. 3, 2, 1.
Stop.
It's Orange Cassidy. He slowly walks down to the ring, rolls inside. Mankind charges at him, but Orange Cassidy moves at the last second, and Mankind just goes flying over the top rope. Mankind has been eliminated. Bret Hart now turns around and goes for Orange Cassidy, but he moves and ducks, and then as Bret Hart turns around, Orange punch to the Hitman. Orange goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Bret Hart has been eliminated. We're now down to 3 men. Macho Man's seen enough, and he goes for Orange Cassidy, but Orange moves, and then Orange punch to the Macho Man. He goes for the pinfall again. 1, 2, kick out. Austin's now waiting, and he hits waiting as Macho Man starts to get up. Stone Cold Stunner to Macho Man Randy Savage. He now goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Macho Man Randy Savage has been eliminated. The clock starts to count down as Macho Man gets out of the ring. 3, 2, 1. And our 10th and final entrant.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
It's our last entrant. It's Hulk Hogan. We're now down to 3 men. One of which will be the Carnage World Heavyweight Champion. Hogan makes his way in. Austin looks over at Orange Cassidy, and they seem to make a temporary alliance to try to take out Hulk Hogan. Austin rushes over to hit Hogan with the right hand. Then Orange punch by Orange Cassidy to Hogan. Hogan goes down. Orange turns around. Stone Cold kick to the gut. Stone Cold Stunner. 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy has been eliminated. Austin always says DTA, and it looks like Orange just learned that the hard way. Austin now turns around to Hogan, but wait, Macho Man's back in the ring. He charges at Austin and clotheslines him over the top rope. Austin hits the floor. Steve Austin has been eliminated. Macho Man was upset with Austin eliminating him, so he looks like he came in and cheated and took out Austin, but there's no disqualifications here in this match. Hogan is now the last man in the ring. Ric Flair comes out and presents him with that new Carnage World Heavyweight Championship. And the ring announcer says, and your winner, and new Carnage World Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
And here it is, folks. You see that? Hulk Hogan, defining moments figure, sporting the Carnage World Heavyweight Championship and the AFW Carnage t-shirt. He's celebrating, and Hogan must pose as we go off the air. Oh.
Man. When old Orange got the elimination on the excellence of execution, I thought, maybe, just maybe.
Hey, man, that's a pretty good rub for, Orange being there with Austin and Hogan. That's pretty.
That's
pretty
a hell
good
of a rub.
I love Orange, man. I got good plans for him.
Did you crown your Intercontinental Champion yet?
No.
Slacker.
See, I subscribe to the theory, and I'll talk about this on my. I'm going to do Venom. Probably record it tomorrow or record after the release after this. But why should I give away everything on month 1? Let's drag it out a little bit. Let's let the World Heavyweight Championship have its glory, and then we'll have Intercontinental and the tag titles can have their time to shine later. Why? Have it all at
all
once.
these
Let's spread it out.
God dang promotions out here, hot shot in every single angle.
Exactly.
Don't nothing make no sense anymore. All petite wrestling. Sorry, that was my bad Jim Cornette impersonation.
I don't know what kind of outlaw mud show you got over there on Breakdown, but Dave's not listening.
I heard you. Hey,
Look,
Darby
man.
earned that Intercontinental title.
Hey, I'm not mad about
Dusty
that. Darby's good.
and Cody which I kind of gave it away wearing the shirt I was wearing,
You know what? I
did on purpose.
I
With Dusty,
almost
I
wore
wondered if it
my-
would be the.
I almost wore my American Nightmare shirt, and I was like, "Nah, I don't want to. I don't want to steal Dave's thunder," because I knew this pick was coming.
Well, I figured Jared would either figure it was Cody, Dusty, or anybody that had like real relationship with Dusty.
I thought it would have been Cody or Dusty. That was
Or
my
Dustin.
guess as to Dustin. Yeah, sorry. Cody or
messed up.
Dustin was my thought about one of those two, but
I went
I
with
wasn't
Cody.
sure. Yeah, it's Cody would have been the most sense, but
I mean, Dustin and him have teamed before, so that kind of would have made a lot more sense. But
yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten the Rhodes brothers, and we've gotten. Didn't we get Dusty and Dustin in at certain points? We've
in
never
WCW,
gotten-
Yeah. And then
We've never
they
gotten
had
Dusty
all
and
three
Cody.
tagged at one point too. Like I mean, they like a
they
few
did a
times.
Shield match.
yeah, that's right.
They were the original Bloodline.
I guess technically they are. Aren't they?
But my thinking too, since it was lockdown, it was the 6 sides of steel. Cody can do more with the
Oh, yeah,
cage,
yeah.
like climb up, drop down, and hit the disaster kick off of the rope like that. Like, come on, what's Dusty gonna do to Canadian Destroyer?
I mean, he could. I mean, Ricky Morton does it. So I mean,
Hey, look,
Dustin
if
does it
Ricky,
too.
If
I mean-
Ricky can do it,
Dude, watching Ricky do it is hilarious,
I mean,
especially after
it's-
going to eat cheesesteaks with him beforehand.
dude, when he did it a couple years ago on the like one of those WrestleMania shows, man, it just
It wasn't. No, it was an AEW pay per view.
no. Ricky did it at some like it was like WrestleMania week, you know, where they have like all those shows
nah,
beforehand.
he's done a bunch of like the GCW stuff.
Yeah, the
he's
first
done,
the
like,
first time I
every
saw
GCW
Ricky do it was like
match.
a couple years ago. At the,
I thought
like,
it was
some
when he did
WrestleMania
the
show.
one spot with AEW.
It was probably
I-
like Spring Break or something like that.
It was like one like Janela's Spring Break or something like that. I think, but I mean, I could
okay.
be wrong about what event it was, but
I think it might have been one of like the cluster matches or whatever.
something like that. Yeah,
But
I just saw
two
the clip
great
of him
pay
doing it.
per views.
yeah,
Yeah,
two
two-
great pay per views.
Two great
Crown some
pay-per-views to
champions.
start us off, man.
I gotta
Like,
take my tag belts off of LOD.
I've got to
we're,
put my tag belts on somebody.
month one in the books, and who knows how many more we've got in store. Go ahead and give us a subscribe on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, and go check out our YouTube page, Action Figure Wrestling Pod. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Help us out. Let's get us into those search results. Let's get this thing off the ground. We are
Find us on all your podcast places, Spotify and all that.
yeah. Spotify, iTunes,
Twitter.
Stitcher, Castbox. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
Yeah, I
We've
haven't done
got a
much with Instagram.
Facebook group.
That nobody's in yet because we haven't sent invitations out.
Find Dylan Gilbert, Jerry Cook, or Dave Dahl on Facebook. We'll put you in the group. Tell them we sent you.
Yes,
And,
it's a free group.
It's a free group. So until next time, for the Daredevil and El Presidente, this is the Commissioner. And we are signing off until next time. And that's the main idea. Because Rock Hod said such.